Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Lainatul Mutiah, MPC Psycholog. I'm a lecturer psychology from Faculty of Psychology and Health UIN Walisongo Semarang. Here I as a presenter in virtual international conference on Islamic studies today. I will present my article under title Peer Attachment and Academic Self-Efficacy as Predictors to School Well-Being on Students of Islamic Boarding School. For introduction, the school is a place for students to grow and develop their cognitive, affective, and cognitive potential. They learn to adapt to the social environment and also to various existing systems in school. In a boarding school, a student is required to stay in the school complex for 24 hours, and the learning process with the boarding curriculum program makes longer learning hours. The problem experienced by students is that students feel bored and lazy to learn, so that students feel uncomfortable and want to leave. In dormitories, they must be willing to share a bedroom and bathroom in turn. A common problem, they lose personal items such as toiletries, school uniforms, shoes, and sandals. ASEA and IFOMEA state that bullying cases often occur in boarding school, such as hating, threatening, spreading gossip, giving nicknames, and blackmailing. Based on data from preliminary research in Madrasah Sanawiyah (MTSX), bullying occurs in students, especially male students. The behavior that arises is in the form of teasing each other, which then becomes a physical fight. Furthermore, students become uncomfortable and eventually boyong or resign from school. Almost 75% of students who attend boarding school are due to the wishes of their parents. One of the factors that can affect the quality of life of students is the peer factor. Students who are able to establish close relationship with their peers will be able to manage their emotions well, especially when facing stressful situations. Apart external factors from within the individual can also affect the welfare conditions of students. These internal factors include the attributes of academic integrity, like optimistic attitude in academic assignment. So that's why researchers hypothesized that peer attachment and academic self-efficacy have an influence to student well-being in dormitory students. In this research, method in this research is these respondents involved are Islamic junior high school students age of 13 till 15 years old and attending of Islamic boarding school as many as 284 collected by incidental sampling. The instruments used are the peer attachment scale, the academic self-efficacy scale, and the school well-being scale. Validity and reliability scales were tested with 50 subjects. The validity measured by corrected total item correlation with a score above 1.3. The reliability result shows that the peer attachment scale has a Cronbach alpha score of 0.913. Academic self-efficacy is 1.946 and student well-being is 0.938. Hypothetical testing used multiple linear regression analysis. For the result show a significance score of P is 0.000 and P under 0.0001 with F is 156.181 and an effective contribution of R square adjusted is 0.523. The result of hypothesis testing indicate that peer attachment and academic self-efficacy have a very significant effect on the student well-being of boarding school students. For the discussion, the result of this study indicate that peer attachment and academic self-efficacy have a significant effect on school well-being among students in boarding school. The magnitude of the influence of peer academic and the magnitude of the influence of peer attachment and academic self-efficacy on student well-being in this boarding school was 52.3%. The 48.7% is another factors. Attachment with peers is an important predictor of helping a student feel prosperous while attending boarding school. The students who are able to build strong emotional bonds with their peers have more interest in school and show good academic results and show good relationship with peers. Students who have peer attachment will also easily feel anxious, depressed, and isolated. Meanwhile, the characteristic of prosperous students are the lack of negative emotion and psychological problem. Students who are attached to their peer have good quality communication with others, avoid feelings of loneliness, and also have a high sense of trust in friends. If a teenager is able to build good attachment with his peers, then the teen's self-esteem will also increase. This feeling of worth arises not only from the result of interacting with others, but also from their views and responses from other people's behavior. Students who have high academic self-efficacy will perceive that schoolwork phase, both difficult and easy, is a learning process. Students who have high academic self-efficacy can show good performance while in school. They are also able to organize their learning activities independently. The findings in this study, the more confident students are in their academic abilities, the more students feel confident about their academic abilities, the more their well-being as students will also increase. The conclusion: there is a significant effect between peer attachment and academic self-efficacy towards school well-being in boarding school students. The more students have strong bonds with peers and have a strong self-efficacy in their academic abilities, the more prosperous these students will feel during school. Therefore, for students who go to school with boarding system, having the ability to bond with peers is very important, like with students' self-confidence in their academic abilities. I think that's all, and thank you for your attention, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.